Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pumptown. What's up, John Connor? We got 12 of you here. If somebody wants to dig in the Twitter DM and let them know we're on the YouTube, appreciate it. You guys got sound? Sound check 1, 2. Oh, yeah, we got sound. King Juve, what's up, buddy? What's up? Thank you, Tony. Thank you, fam. We're activated. Boom. So, wow, today is freaking annoying, eh? Isn't it annoying? I bet you some of you are thoroughly annoyed. And I don't blame you. So, last night on the update, I was mentioning if we did nothing today, that would be prime. That would be most favorable. And so far, we've done nothing, which is great. And we got our new week opening gap to the upside. It's very wise that you study these because when they are in a daily time frame or higher, they're very violent and you can gain a lot of insight from them. As far as studying how they print in, as it's printing. Because when it's printed, it's a vacuum block. Okay? So we opened here. I know it looks like a bullish candle, but if you look up here at the value here, the open, okay, you will see that that value says 19,629. And if you look at where I have anchored, that's actually the open. So don't let it fool you. Now, price then dropped into the midway point and then ran up for buy side liquidity. Okay, so that's how we use vacuum blocks. And because it was on Sunday into Monday's opening, it is a new week opening gap. So this is going to be salient moving forward. And as you can see, we just kind of dangle around with it. You can see how we SR flipped the midway point here beautifully and then started running for discount. Hit a couple of pools of liquidity, but, we were looking for, really, me personally, I was looking for this fair value gap in the daily time frame. Now, it has left some bait, which is great. So tomorrow, I would like to see us drop down into there. If we're bullish and leave, a significant portion of this buy side liquidity pool open. Now, this is the midway point of that weekly inversion fair value gap. So far we're above half of it. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the high of it. So let's just double check that. Okay, so that wasn't the high. So the midway point of that inversion fair value gap on the weekly is here, and that was just the buy side liquidity pool here at the top of that rejection block. Also take note, we were using this as support. We wanted to see price drop down into one of these levels in this rejection block here. And if we drop into the 15-minute time frame, you will see that that happened. One second. Yeah, the quadrants, that rejection block right in here. So we ended up trading. So this is the upper quadrant. This is the midway point. So we ended up trading below it for a moment, the upper quadrant there, and not really, getting a substantial move yet down into the sell side liquidity pool here and the midway point of that wick. So we found our support here, and so far looking like we're going to run out buy side liquidity here. This was bait. This was total super bait right here. Looking like selling pressure, bearish engulfing candles, stop losses above the highs, targeting the lows. And I mean, they could see it. They could get their little cookie. And, run for them if they don't pay themselves, which most people don't. All right, so 9:30. Well, let's start at 8:30 here. We had 8:30 a.m. I don't think we had a news driver this morning, but that ended up starting the Judas here. So 9:30 opening bell here. This guy, my goodness, this was just ruthless. Now, I was short in here this morning. You guys seen my entries, you see my exits. I told you what I was doing. And then I was done for a bit, and I just shut her down because it didn't want to keep going. I was targeting this guy here. We were below the new week opening gaps midway point. That was pretty much my entry, and targeting the daily fair value gap below the market because I'm overall bullish for now. And yeah, just totally awesome. My trade hit. I took a bunch of partials, and then it didn't want to continue on, so I just shut her down for the time being. Now, I did notice this Tilly, and I was just like, no, I'm not taking it. And oh my goodness, look at that order block getting railroaded very hard. Comes down, takes this pool of liquidity, but not this one. We see this signature all the time. It's super annoying. I get it, but this is trading. So if we're going to create a very nice weekly profile this week, we'd want it to do this. We would want a very tight range. Don't go anywhere. Chop people up. Everybody gets emotional. They get wrecked. Mental capital is depleted. And then it's got room to move, right? So it creates sentiment. These choppy days create real nice sentiment. And then you get all the know-it-alls blasting their trash on social media. It's going here. It's a bull flag there. It's a bear flag here. And then they all get wiped out. And we just go and clean up the soup. Oh my goodness. I might be on the wrong page. Are we on this page? Or are we on this one? Oh, uh-oh. Oh my goodness, that's embarrassing. It happens. Hope you guys are able to follow along. Okay, let's start over. 1 week. That was the midway point of the inversion fair value gap here that we're dangling with now. And we were looking at this wick here. Okay, so I'll put a note that it starts at 1227 in the description. All right, so we were looking at this wick here for some support levels in the weekly time frame. And we drop down into the upper quadrant here. So we'll drop into the 15-minute time frame and take a look-ski poo. So this is that upper quadrant of the wick. Okay, and this is the midway point of that wick, just about reaching it. And then this is the fair value gap. So this is what I was aiming for this morning. Now we were down below half, and we made a bearish Tilly here, so I was short this morning. I took my pieces, and then it came back for me, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit out. Now I did see this bullish Tilly at the time. Okay, this bullish order block here, totally seen it, swing low, discount, blah, blah, blah. Everything looked cool. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to sit out. I already made my money. And then it just freaked out to the downside, took all the liquidity here. Now notice how it took the double bottom here, but left that one alone. Super bait. Super duper bait. Friend, I think you were on the right screen. No, I'm definitely on the right screen now. I saw everything. Okay, let's do a little test here because I switched the screen over when I started. Do you guys see the symbol search? And there's a delay, so I'll wait. I've just been on the same screen, I believe. No, nothing yet. Okay, do you guys see the symbol search now? Yes, you see the symbol search. So I was on the right screen, but it's showing me on my friggin'... Wow, that's creepy. Okay, so I was on the right screen. Wow, I'm thoroughly creeped out. YouTube is a weirdo. I switched the screen in which I wanted to display before I started, and it didn't choose it. So I'm glad that all worked out. So anyway, I guess you guys seen everything. Great. Double embarrassing. Just kidding, I don't care. So we got a close above this down close candle here. Let's see if we can use it as support and start digging into our buy side liquidity pool here. Now, I'm not expecting anything fantastic today based on what's happened so far. That doesn't mean something can't materialize. So dropping right down into this guy here. You know, we did get a close below half of that fair value gap, showing an overall weakness in order flow. So now that we're in our 15-minute order block here, I'm going to go into the 1 minute. And I just want to see that price has a willingness to move away from all of this. We just swept the low of this idiot box here. That has a tail. It could come back down for that. It's kind of a double bottom here. We're getting some movement now, so I'll get back into that in a little bit. Kind of threw myself off for a loop there. So I don't like that candle could not get above, or this one here could not get above that candle. There we go. That's nicer. So just showing you guys the 1/3 ADR here. You can see that just behind the sell side liquidity annotation there. Look at it. Look at how it hit it perfectly this morning. Boom. Gorgeous. Okay, so 5 minutes stuck in a bullish order block and a bearish order block. So this is where you want your bias to take control here. So far we have order flow to the upside. I'm going to give that a go. Buy a down close candle in the middle of this. No, I don't want anything super duper out of this. Oops. I would like to see price come back into this orange shaded area and offer some buy side liquidity into it. Really, this should be yellow. And then this puppy here, oh, got binked, and that's okay. That's okay. It's a Matilda, and if it loses entirely, I'm going to chalk it off as a loss, and I'm not going to care. What's up, Robbie? Yeah, man, all is very well, thank you. Hope you're having a good one, bud. Okay, now it's touched the midway point of the order block. It dug into that fair value gap just a little bit more. This is a 15-minute fair value gap. And I'm still gonna go with the idea that it wants to run into here, even if it comes down a little bit more. So while it's figuring it out here, where was we? We was on this tail here. This thing was just absolutely gnarly. This is just a lost trade. It happens. You know, don't let this stuff destroy you. Now, once this candle here snapped out to the upside, I'm looking at this guy right here with no wick on it. Okay, it lands perfectly inside of, well, not perfectly, but damn near close into the midway point of that fair value gap. So I'm going, okay, I like what I see. And now there we go. Of course I get binked, right? In here, where was it? This fair value gap. Yeah, so I took this here. I did see a little bit of heat for a moment, and then that was my second trade today. Even though I said I was going to leave it alone, I threw it up in the Discord. I said unicorn, and I hit it, and then I quit it. Actually, it came back. This guy here, I was still targeting buy side liquidity, and it comes back and grabs my runner. It was stopped out just in entry, or just above entry, so no big deal. So I would either like to see that little tiny gap there touched, or the down close candle. But I don't want to buy green, I want to buy red. Okay, now I want to see, it didn't really touch it. It's touched its own fair value gap there, but does it have a willingness to start running? Hey. So far, so good. We got 30 seconds. I love it. Does it take out that swing high? Okay, I want this candle to trade down into a down close candle. I'd prefer it if it touched the green box one more time. If it touches this implied fair value gap, I'll get in. This might bother some of you. You might be sitting there cringing in your chair going, why didn't you just get in? Why didn't you move your stop down? Because you stick with the plan and you don't chase green candles. Even if it runs to my take profit, if I don't get a red candle to buy, it's not cool. All right, and also, while you're forgetting about all that, we can go to our 5 minute and we can get some order flow. Oh my goodness. So I missed this 5 minute vacuum block a minute and a half ago. Dang. Okay, so target 1 has been acquired without me, and that's fine. You could see A+ setups and still get stopped out, and it's be okay. Okay, so looking at this candle here. Okay, so that's that line right there. And here is a fair value gap. See, I've got a good inclination really, that price is going to want to run into buy side liquidity. So I'm getting in sync with the candlesticks. If it's in a run, it's going to follow some rules. All right, now I would have loved to see us close above this guy at the midway point on that last candle. Yeah, there we go. Bullish vacuum block here, SR flip in the midway point. That gap risk is too much for me. Okay, there's too much gap risk here. I can justify it easily coming back down into here, even though it got to close above half of this area that I'm looking at. Okay, it can easily come back down here, in which case, if it does, I'll be a buyer. But if I just buy the midway point of this now and it comes all the way down here, now I'm in a bunch of drawdown that I don't want to be in. Right? 25 ticks in drawdown. We've got, other than this here, there's a fair value gap right there. Okay, other than this fair value gap here, there's not much for price to want to come down into but this. There's also this guy here. I'll just just leave it, but it's just a little guy. There we go. Okay, it's leaving some nice bait here. The fact that I'm getting some sell side delivery here is nice. There's just a little tiny fair value gap in there. It just touched. It didn't fill this one, so this is not a institutional order flow entry drill, in my opinion. And there it isn't. So I'll take that fair value gap there. And I meant to use my box. Oops. Let's see if we can dig up into there a little bit. So if I was to get stopped out on my model, or if I was to be sleeping and it had already left without me, let's say this tail wasn't a real bastard, and I missed my model, how would I get in sync with the buy side run? You know, I did try here, and I did take profits, and it came for me. This is another way I would drop time frames or get into a bullish order block scenario. That was that right there. I mean, I took it a little early. Could have waited for the midway point, but that it happens. This is exactly what's going to happen to you guys. Okay, had I been paying attention to the 5 minute, I would have totally taken that vacuum block, but I got in sync with a 1 minute fair value gap. So when it starts if it starts digging into here, we want to see it really start expanding and spooling up there. We got a nice bullish vacuum block here on our inversion fair value gap. Now, because it's just showing an overall weakness in order flow so far based on how far we're digging into bullish PD arrays, I'm not expecting any sort of freak out. And as a matter of fact, I might take one off here. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I was looking at this point here when I got into that long on this candle. I was looking at the retest of this order block after touching the fair value gap. Okay, so we crashed back above it, got a retest. I was looking at this thing to get run out and then used as support, kind of like it is now. And Sam spoke some gold on the live today talking about bias. He's completely correct. When you've got a bias, you don't live and die by it. And this is why, I learned this from ICT, but this is why Michael and I would prefer not to have anything on the charts because you you can get stuck to one idea, and when you have these things on your charts, you're like, it has to be this way, especially as you're coming up as a trader. So being able to understand when price action is telling you it's not in your favor is a whole other ball game, and I call it recalibrating, or ICT calls it getting in sync with the algorithm. And yeah, you don't want to ever just stick to something, stick to one idea, and just live and die by it for the rest of your day. If it's showing you that it's not willing to go that direction, then you can switch it up. Jamal, hey buddy. This is where everybody's hiding. Yeah, buddy. Welcome. Okay, so target 2 is acquired. Target 1 was our yellow shaded area here. We SR flipped it beautifully. I didn't want to see that sharp rejection. I really wanted to start running into here. But what I want and what it's going to do are two different things. See that sharp rejection? No. 15 seconds. Get your butt back up there. Let's take a peek at the 5 minute. Ooh, it's looking sweet. And that's the beginning of this 5 minute candle. Nice stronger close. Almost there. You think it's going to take it, or you think it's going to leave it alone? Looks like it's just going to raid it. Boom. Here we go. Target 3 acquired and terminus. So this is the same idea as running out these pools here, okay? Does it have a willingness to want to get back out of that wick that we're in, which is this fib level here, right? We're still inside of that weekly wick. So this is that purple shaded area. Now the ES has already made it into here and taken its buy side liquidity pool here. Okay, so this is what we've been aiming for since down here, basically. And it looks like we can get it today. Do we dig up into here today? I don't know. I'd prefer not to, as a matter of fact. I'd prefer us leave this for a weekly target. But NASDAQ has been working on such a wild range lately, it could probably reach there in the next 5 minutes. I'm kidding, but not really. What's up, Love Learning? Oh yeah, we won that trade, so boom. Winner. So let's go back to the 1 minute and we'll stonk it. Okay, so we got an idea that we want to go to the upside. So now if we're in a nice little price run here, we'll see some signatures hold. We got this bullish breaker. Fair value gap inside of here. So this is the unicorn. Just, you know what, we're going to do two charts today. We're going to do the 5 minute and the 1 minute. And we'll aim for 1/3 ADR. How about that? Welcome, Jamal. What's up, Jesse? Hello. Daily dose of Twitch clips. Sweet. He's like, I got custom letters. I'm cool. I saw everything, he says. What's up? Yeah, I took that Tilly the Sam got railroaded. Yeah, bro. Brett James, man, I feel you. That was a ruthless one, buddy. What's up, BC Drums? So that candle in the 5-minute, right? When you see traders panicking, and note the time. Okay, it's candle changeover in the 1 hour, so it's likely gonna wanna, do a little flaggy poo before ripping back on up if it wants to continue. But notice how this candle closes here, right? And that's obviously this candle's closure here. Okay. Look at how when this candle opens here, it trades down. Okay, this is the first 1 minute cycle of the 5-minute. So while people are going, oh my goodness, it's a bearish order block, it's selling pressure, it's the 1 minute, look, it's tanking. You'll see people in the chat go, it's tanking. And all it did was make what they call a bearish engulfing candle. But look at the 5-minute. We already know that if price wants to become immediately balanced, it's going to come for this wick. So what's the point in panicking if you've got an expectation that it wants to come down here? Right? Now let's play devil's advocate for a moment and say it doesn't want to come down there. Let's say it wants to create a fair value gap in the 5-minute to bounce off of. This will help alleviate some of the anxiety that you suffer from when you're reading price action live. You want to be able to kind of project what you think might happen. If we're in a buy-side liquidity run, likely it's going to want to make a fair value gap or touch this wick and then rip. Even if it makes a down close candle, we're going to want to see it busted through right away like this guy here. Okay, you make a couple down close candles, bearish order block, you hit the fair value gap. Bullish Matilda on out of here. All right, so this is what it is to let price wiggle and not be concerned about all the negativity that just flows through your mind when you're reading price, especially if you're engaged in a trade. If you're engaged in a trade before you're even ready to trade, you're not reading price anymore. You're just worried about that P&L amount, and that's toxic. That's super toxic. And you can ask any one of my profitable students that made it past that hump. Because every single one of my profitable students ate dirt, went back to demo, and then lived through an experience of self-control, discipline, and a trading plan. So we got 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Likely we're going to see a lot of gyration in the last bit of this cycle. Word up, Jesse knows what time it is. My members only trading. It's awesome. So we're seeing a nice amount of gyration in the last. I like that. That's giving you some signals that it's likely gonna want to start doing something soon, or that it could do something cool soon. But I am going to take 15 minutes. My child just woke up. I'm going to go say good morning. Take a 15-minute break. We will come back for 1:15 p.m. EST and continue on. Can't get that to go away. What's up? He's busy playing trains now. We're good. Added salt to my dirt. Nice. Nice. So when you don't have fair value gaps, especially ones that being filled, it won't be an institutional order flow entry drill. So that's how you can tell if you're going to get a freaking moonshot or not. I mean, that was filled. But that one wasn't. So we're at 107. How much more does this thing want to go up? That's the question. Right into there. So what was this again? ADR. And our fair value gap in the 1 hour is right here. And then, of course, our spooky box. Actually, that was a different one, wasn't it? Or was that liquidity void a new day opening gap? No, Tuesday into Wednesday, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oof. There we go. Oh, still too far. Unbelievable. Anyway, let's go with that. So we got 3 minutes and 35 seconds for this 15-minute cycle to complete, and so far we're getting that fair value gap. We projected in the 5-minute, in the 15-minute so far. So if we keep seeing this leaking just like this and bleeding out into the higher time frames, we could get a moonshot. But this has to, we've got to make a gap here. Darth, dude, you're funny. Yeah, let me know if that switched to this chart here. Do you guys see the symbol search? She should, right? Nice. Okay, cool. So we got an immediate rebalance on this guy here. So we did not get a fair value gap. Lame. It's French. Oh, we got the most pathetic little fair value gap there. Look at that. Those count. Those totally count. You know, 55 seconds. Okay, cool. Yeah, because sometimes my trading view connection glitches out to the broker, and then it'll show my name because I'm on a live account. So, ooh, just noticing now that candle has no tail. Ooh, oh, it's tiny. It counts. ICT was dropping fire today. Nice, all right. Somebody else said that too. Daddy. You know, a big part of why I'm not joining the mentorship this year is because I'm already in my groove. You know, I don't want a bunch of this. It might just add to what I've been doing, obviously, because it all just molds into itself eventually. What's up, bro? At the end, it's like, I've given you too much. How am I going to survive? LOL. Oh, really? Okay, well, that's enticing. But yeah, at the same time, I seen the Cameron's 1 hour model thing that he's teaching them. I did have a little quickie peek at that, and I was like, wow, that's interesting, you know. But I'm already so honed, and he told us this long time ago that once you have found your groove, you're gonna have no need for me anymore. Don't come back. Don't watch the new models. Don't take my future mentorships. Don't get enticed by other things. Just stay in your groove. And I felt that after quite some time. I'm watching a lot of other people railroad themselves by not staying with what they've been doing. So that 15-minute here, that is that fair value gap. I said that counts. We just dipped into it. So let's see if we can start running out this candle here and come close back above for 130. But definitely just keep that in the back of your mind, you guys, because when you are in your groove, ICT will drop this new bomb. He's got a cool name for it. It's called the Reaper. And then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I want to do that. And then you'll just ditch Matilda. You'll just leave her right in the curb in Baltimore downtown. And she'll be like, what? I don't slash your tires that often. Like today, that was a tire slash right there. Like whatever you did to piss Matilda off, Jesse, you did a good job. She got the lot of you. Baby, come back. Sorry, baby, I won't do it again. And it's always those stubborn moments that I have where I end up missing out, just be to the book stubborn and then you just end up missing out. But we'll see. I'll check it out. Thank you, guys. Never ditching Matilda. She's so great. So we've reached back up into the rejection block in here on this candle. So I want to see how this treats that. Well, we fell shy just a bit. I want to see how it treats it if it gets back up into here. After hitting this pool here, we didn't get a real sharp rejection. Not anything I would deem displacement. So could only say we still go up from here if it wants to continue. Yeah, Matilda does good work. I mean, so let's just take a look at this guy here, right? So I'll give you the logic behind why I was wanting to see our double top and our buy side pool run out here. Okay, we've got a series of an uptrend and it's time for price to get its ass moving. So it does. Now I'm looking at this candle here and noticing, so yeah, we got a close above a down close candle. That happened. We got another one here. So I'm looking at this puppy here. Okay. And there is a fair value gap in here. Now I already took that unicorn and played it. So it came back down. So I'm still, I'm not, it hasn't shown a willingness to break down hard. So I'm still under the impression that it wants to come up into buy side liquidity. So once we dip into that 15-minute pool of liquidity, that's the rule. All right, dip into a discount, close above a down close candle within 2 candles, and there's Matilda. All right, so I should have had my stop a little bit more, but there is the order block. And as we dip into that puppy, I'm looking for a long. So that's the start of that 15-minute cycle. Now when we dabbed into that fair value gap down here and then started trading up, that was enough for me to say we were likely going to run out this candle. It used it one more time as a bearish order block, dipped into the midway point, mean threshold of our order block, then found the fair value gap here and started trading back out. So if you do lose your trade, this is how I get in sync with back in with the algorithm if it's showing me a willingness that it wants to get its butt moving, and it did. So we hit it. Right, got my loss back and then some. It's like $400 win or something in total. $520. And yeah, not too bad. So same sort of logic going on here. Okay, we take trend and continue on a trend up. Right, we take the pool liquidity, no real sharp rejection, no means of displacement. We've got an idea that price might want to gravitate toward into here now, so we're taking our swing low here to our swing high, the bodies. Got your idiot box, Timmy's pregnant football. Now notice what happens when we dip into that 15-minute fair value gap. What happens right here, Robbie? Matilda. Okay. Targeting a bearish PD array or buy side liquidity pool. How much is this baby offered? There's your 40 ticks, brother. Right there. You hit the fair value gap, and I know it's tiny. I'm telling you, they count. Okay, and you can see that they definitely count. And that right there will change your life. That 40 tick scalp right there will change your lives. Can even hit it here, right? We had that yellow box here, expecting it to get SR flipped. Matilda right here, 40 ticks, bam. What's wrong with 40 ticks, Robbie? Full board, he says, let's go. Awesome. Now, in the case that this is a market structure shift and we're going down, this is what I would want it to look like. So now we got a bullish 786 and a bearish 786. Bitcoin was doing this today too. That was annoying. What ended up happening to it? Came back down for Sam's original entry, snapped through the 786 and the equal highs here. I had collapsed my trade already from down here. Or excuse me, from down here last night. And then this would have been another entry for me, the money printer. But I pointed this out in the group and said likely going to want to freak out. And it's just been an annoying bugger all day. It's really tough to get a read on that sucker. One mini changed my life. Yeah, word up, hey? No kidding. No kidding. Oh, there's my boy. So 15-minute, we got 5 minutes left of this cycle, and we're getting back up into this candle here. So when you're doing your order flow, you just want to see this phenomenon continue. So the last minute of this cycle, about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I want to see it start gyrating, moving up and down real quick, and then start snapping up for the upper quadrant of that wick right there. Basically this candle's high. 41 likes, 55 viewers, and 1 new member. Thanks, guys. This is 42 on mine. Ooh, 48 likes. Ooh, it's climbing. Thanks, guys. 48 I refreshed. Nice, nice. 50. Oh, my goodness. 51. One more, and we got 100% strike rate on the likes and concurrent viewers. And we've reached up into the upper quadrant of that wick now. A little bit ahead of schedule, and that's fine. So I was just going to say, when we take that, do we start snapping out for this guy? Or is it going to just dangle right in around here for a bit? Got 2 minutes left. We're losing viewers. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. So depending on where this candle closes, it's 120 ticks. 40. So depending on where this candle closes would depend on where I would set my entry. But I can definitely frame a 3-to-1 R in here with a 40 tick stop. My gap risk is nil. So if I have to wiggle it down a bit, I would do maybe maximum 10 ticks with a full risk. Whatever that full risk is for you. What's up, Matt R? 54 likes. That's awesome. "30 seconds. We got to get back above that down close candle or it doesn't work." Five seconds. That follows the rules. So if it touches back to this candle, you got an entry. Now, this vacuum block could cause some annoyance because this guy only has to come back down to that, or halfway, just like our vacuum block on the Sunday Open, right? It only has to come back to the midway point before mooning. So you're going to have to decide where that entry is for you. I'm going to stick with the body. And if I don't get triggered, then it's whatever. Now, the reason why I'm not trading this again is because I made enough money today. I'm content where I'm at. And this does the job just as good. So there I'd be triggered in a trade. And I mean, if you're copy trading this and you're not just studying, you're missing the boat. All right. So that's mean threshold of that order block, and we don't want to see it. trade below that, and it's already too deep. It's not something you'd want to see if you were bullish. It's got to get swiftly rejected. This coffee's not strong enough. Swiftly and violently. A little harder. A little harder and I'll be convinced. Vacuum tilly. Yeah. Rejected. That's right. Put it in the dictionary. Please keep it PG. Yo, members only. You want to deal? You want to go get the thing? You want to deal with this guy? Rejerked. Holy shnikey, dude. While we're waiting for this, let's give the commitment of traders a peeky poo. Holy, eh? Wow. It was looking real cool for a minute, and then, our year went into a buy, and we started creeping back up toward. Now we're still in a hedge, so we could just stay here and then get above some old highs and then start tanking. That's on the table. Just because it's back near the midway point doesn't mean that it's over. Oh, for sure. The old new week opening gap. It's just old week opening gap. Just change the N to the O, and then you're good. It's OWOG or NWOG. Awesome, though. Word up, bro. Oh, 58 likes and 56 viewers. That's pretty sweet. I don't know how that's possible, but thanks. Somebody on 5 different YouTube accounts. Like. Hilarious. I just seen 60 likes and then it went down to 59. There we go. That's hilarious. Oh, that was you, Ruggy. What's up, Fit? A board type crow. I finally bought the YouTube ad subscription worth every penny. It's $5. So funny. Needed to hit 69 likes for the culture. Boom. So we've just taken that previous candle's high there. We still got 8 minutes and 53 seconds left. We got a lot of time here. See it spooling or gyrating. It's just snapping into the shorts who can't let go of the idea that it's bearish, because trust me, bro, resistance takes over. Right? Everybody's cranking their stops here. They were short in here. They were short in here, especially after it started trading down. Wabam! Buy side, run out. The emotional traders who panic, they will be moving their stops here if they were here or anywhere down here. This 2,000 tick run up. Actually, that was like 5,000 ticks, you guys. I can't even believe it. Like, I mean, I can because we'd seen the direction, but wow. Imagine having a over the night prop firm where they don't charge you out the butt to hold overnight with. That'd be cool. So yeah, we dug into this double top and we didn't get a sharp rejection, so it just says we go up still. One more pump. So 7 minutes left of this candlestick. We're in the expansion part of the 4-hour cycle, and I'm pretty dang sure. Oh, never mind. 20 minutes left. It's the 1-hour cycle. Pardon me. Distribution phase of this 4-hour cycle. ETF has a diamond. Oh, hands with 2 minis. That's actually pretty sweet. I've been thinking about it. About to watch my kids Kindle. Well, I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you. I'll spend $100 on a dog toy, but stubborn to buy things that save me time. You're hilarious. Wait till you're loaded, bro. Time is all you got left. It's all you got left to hodl is your time left on this earth. And then all of a sudden health becomes everything. I'm working on one. Gotta make 5K. Nice. Or if you have a kid, yep. Time is everything. Yep. Can't wait till my kid's 5 and he actually is like, you know, it's not still in baby mode. And then he can just stay at 5 for the rest of his life and we're good. Master Fren, did you happen to get a hold of that friend of yours? I will today. Yeah, I felt the same and then blinked and he was 8. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, word up, Tony. Oh, that's so cool, Brett James. That's awesome. Like you guys are out in the woods 4x4 and stuff. So cool. Mine started preschool with Miss Tilly. That's so dope, dude. Congratulations. And what a synchronistic happening that God is saying you're on the right path. When your kid turns on. Speaking of kids, have to go pick up mine. Be back later. Peace out, Sam. Have a great rest of your day, brother. Congratulations on your journey, man. You're doing very good. I'm proud of you. Ooh, Brett James, partial taken and lock this one in at least through down for the day. ATM, unless this hits. Oh, I see. Nice, buddy, nice. Oh, you hit that with me. Nice job. I mean, you already knew what you were doing, obviously. Right on, buddy. So what's this puppy up so far? It's offered 60 ticks, so there's a 40 tick winner right there. 340 tick bangers on the live today. Life changing. You don't need 400 ticks. It's sexy, but you don't need it. You could do so well with 40 ticks, you guys. It's ridiculous. Now, for me personally, the way I run my trading plan is I run a 3-to-1 R. So, what's up? There he is. What's up, Ryan? So I let risk management do the heavy lifting. I like my 400 ticks. Yeah, I know you do. I'm more speaking to the new people or the ones struggling. The ones who are really having trouble finding consistency. But if you can't respect 400 or 40 ticks, you will never respect 400. It will never be enough. Ooh, I've had a couple of scalps in each direction today using my MMS fair value app deviations, using one comp per track per up. Nice. Nice, attaboy. Can't win small, can't win big. And it's slow and smooth. Smooth as fast. $40 seconds left. What would this next candle look like? Well, it's obviously going to want to reprice to this wick for an immediate rebalance. How far it digs into this wick, we'll use the midway point as a measuring stick. 15 seconds. Grabbed 210 ticks today on demo and turned on my laptop by 10. Felt awesome. Good for you, man. Awesome. I bet it did. Nice. It closed above the wick. So we go open, low, high, close. The life cycle of a candlestick. Let's first stop. Now it can leave a fair value gap, and it'd be, in my opinion, just like that little bugger there, it'd be better if it did. But if it just touched that wick and started running up to our buy side liquidity pool, that's preferable at this point. And that would give us our 2 p.m. run on liquidity, and we can potentially reverse from there, or just keep going and just keep freaking out for our ADR, and I believe there was some other stuff up here too. Did we get up there today? We could. It's NASDAQ, but I don't think so. So just hit that first area. I'd prefer to see it just start running from here. The more it comes down into that wick, the weaker order flow is. So if I was personally in this trade, I would be taking the majority of my position off at the buy side pool. And then I would leave my piece on for that there. Just because, there's no guarantees, especially on a Monday, that we're going to, launch into that pool deeply. And we could save all this stuff for tomorrow. We could even save this pool for tomorrow, but how far does it want to go past there? I don't know. So I'm looking to the left here, and I see that there's a balanced range here between these candles. This candle's low and this candle's high. It's like an inverted fair value gap. So I see that this is totally on the table. So my point being, it would take a moonshot to get through here, because this is already a balanced range. So we could come tap into it, but do we get rejected? It's crossing the old week opening gap. Nice. Nice. Now, do you guys have settlement on or off? I'm not sure which gap you're talking about. Are you talking about this inverted one here? Okay. I'm with it. Don't you love how price just gravitates to and from those puppies? It's almost like, nah, there's no way that's support and resistance. There's no way, board type crow, you're full of it. Impossible. I went in my charts and I seen that it's true, but it's still a lie. I'm just gonna ignore it. You can do it. Oh, did I move that line way over there? Dang. But that's our buy side pool. Oh, I'm not really seeing that oomph we need to get into there. It's gyrating, but it's not. Holy banana hammock! It's wild berry Dutch crunch. Unbelievable. He shows up. Look who the cat dragged in. Welcome, Wildberry Crunch. How you doing? He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm done. I'm done being foolish. I'm ready for education. I am activated. I'm in here and clueless. That's cool. That's cool. Welcome, buddy. So, in comparison to... Ooh, Kingsley, what's up? In comparison to some of the previous membership tape reads I've done where the market is very fickle and not in my favor, today is a far cry away from those types of days. Hi, Jaso. What's up, buddy? Hello. You know, it's different when the market's in your favor than when it isn't, obviously. But this is what's killing everything for you guys, is you don't know when to quit. You don't know when to shut her down. You're not listening to the candlesticks telling you, I'm going to be at butt nose today, and you're not going to make any money, and I'm going to take all your money. It's like, it like sent you a posted note and a and a card in the mail and said, I'm going to rob you today. And you were like, no, you're not. I'm still going to go and fight you. And then, yeah, you know who wins that battle. All right, today, a little bit different. Candles are actually doing what we want them to do. Finally, looking pretty sweet. And yeah, it's just, this is it. You guys, most of you guys have experienced what it's like to be in a winning trade and be on side for the move and read candles properly. And everybody here knows what it's like to see something that you like and get walked on and then not quit. Those are the 2 days you get. You're either on side or you're sitting on your hands, right? So target has been acquired here. That's our buy side liquidity pool. Now I want to see if it can dig up into these wicks that I marked off here and hit terminus. So that's just where I'd be collapsing the majority of my trade. And just holding on for that extra little piece. So 100 ticks or 90, 98, 99 ticks right there. It's pretty dang good. It's $1,000 with 2 contracts. I mean, that's a phenomenal payday. So what do we got here? 3 minutes left. I'm fairly certain it can dig up into my terminus. Probably in like the last 2 minutes. And if you sat here through all of this, think about how boring it was, how quiet it was, how peaceful it was. We just sat here and let the candlesticks print and do what they do without being emotional, without caring that our position just about got stopped out. right? You just let the risk management do the heavy lifting. It's either going to work or it's not. And it works more than it doesn't. And you, with a 3-to-1 R, you can lose a lot of your trades and still be profitable. So here we go, 2 minute, and I want to see it start pushing. Well, this could make you feel a lot of anxiety if you were, oh, is my trade going to hit? Is it going to hit terminus? Just let it do it. Just let it do it. You've already should have taken at least something, 40 ticks or your buy side pool. So it shouldn't matter if it hits it or not. You still got lots of time left in the day. So 1 minute and 5 seconds left of this 1 hour candle and the 4 hour candle. So when this new candle opens up, I want to see it punch right into my TP. If it doesn't do it before. Boop. Oh, it's got to blast through it. There we go. And target acquired. 3-to-1 R. Achieved. So, Matilda lose. Matilda win. Matilda win. Okay, I did lose this trade, but the model played out, so that's a win. Okay, even though I lost that specific one, I regained it, getting in sync with that buy side run, and so that's a win. So 2 for 3 Matildas today, playable in our time frame. So if you were targeting a 3-to-1 R, you'd be up 6 and down 1, so total of 5 R. Meaning if you were risking $1,000 per trade, you'd be up $5,000. Okay, now does price have the ability to reach up into the 1/3 plus ADR today? If we can get above the midway point of this shaded area here in the 1 minute time frame and close a candle above, I'd say that's very likely. But that's it for today. God bless you all. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you very soon. Peace out.